Welcome back and thank you for keeping it Switch TV. There are over 60 facilities providing digital loans in Kenya. Last year alone, Kenyans borrowed nearly 1.2 billion shillings every day on Fuliza and M-Shwari mobile loans, signaling a deepening debt dependence that increased with last year's job losses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Earlier today, our very own Apollo James had a sit down with a commercial lawyer who helps us break it down.
Good afternoon, this is Switch TV. Today we are joined by commercial lawyer Agnes Gashuri Kariuki to talk about mobile loans. There's a huge statistic that says 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings has been borrowed last year by Kenyans every day on M-Shwari and Fuliza. We want to break this down and understand where these figures are coming from.
I'd say maybe from M-Shwari, first of all, being a platform owned by Safaricom. Safaricom is a giant when it comes to the telecommunications industry. Safaricom is also the flag bearer or the founder of mobile banking in Kenya and perhaps even in the world. So this was an opportunity for them, given that they do enjoy huge consumer rates in Kenya, whether it be the network provider sector or the M-Pesa sector. So borrowing as well would be a lot easier for a lot of Kenyans, and that creates a huge market for Safaricom, as opposed to the others, the tellers and the, what did you call it? Teller and branch. Yes.
Why are Kenyans opting to go and borrow money from mobile app lenders other than traditional microfinances or banks?
Commercial banks had a cap imposed on them by the Central Bank of Kenya on their lending rates, which stifled business. Now, one of the things they have to look into is how risky a consumer or a customer is. So the higher the risk, the lower the chances of a bank giving you a loan. So a lot of Kenyans, as it is right now, are high-risk clients. Again, we just talked about how bad the economy in this country is, and that means a lot of people have less assets they can use as collateral. So if you go to a bank right now and you don't have any assets to, exchange for a loan, then they will simply dismiss you. We are sorry, we cannot service this loan that you want from us. But if you go on these online lending apps, there's very little they ask for in terms of collateral. They don't ask you for a title, they don't ask you for a logbook. They just want your details and maybe the details of your guarantors, and that's it.
M-Shwari. It is a short-term loan that you pay after 30 days. While Fuliza, on the other hand, it is an overdraft taken for that particular need, and then when funds comes in, it reinstates both your balance and overdraft. Last year, after the government suspended in-classroom learning, statistics shows that there was a slight reduction in demand for M-Shwari loans. Kids were out of school, and this explains it, since a lot of them are taken by parents taking children to school. Traders also take a significant portion of the M-Shwari loans, but in 2020, a number were out of business due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Most Kenyans are now borrowing from these facilities, lamenting over the harsh economic times. Speaking to some of them, they say the reason why they opt for these mobile lending services is because they're readily accessible and require less collateral.
Mi tumia Fuliza mara mob, na most especially saa zile sina fare enough ama saa zile sina do enough ya kununua kile nataka, so mi tumia Fuliza na imekuwa convenient sana kwangu, na pia hizo rates zao sioni zikiwa mbaya pia.
Changamoto yenye ipo ni ya kwamba usipokuwa na nidhamu ya hali ya juu, we mwenyewe utashinda na kuilipa kwa sababu hauoni mtu wa karibu kukufuata. Lakini ukiwa na nidhamu ya kwamba ukilipa tena siku nyingine unaweza kuwa na tatizo yenye ulikuwa nayo awali, utalipa na itakusaidia tena baadaye.
The problem with it, after some few period, maybe someone has overlapped due to the situation we are in right now, you realize that they overpressure the customers to repay their money. Maybe someone does not have it at instant, or may not meet the time period that he was given or she's given, but they do give them a lot of pressure to repay the amount.
According to Kenyans, the only disadvantage from mobile lending apps is the pressure to pay. Reporting for Switch TV, my name is Apollo James.